Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? You may notice by the somewhat croaky, mucosal nature of the sound of my voice that I have something of a very, very bad cold at the moment. However, as most of you know, farmers are made of stern stuff, so that's not going to stop us. Unless I can't actually physically talk, we're going to keep going. Although the episodes this week are most likely going to be a fair bit shorter than normal, so that I can actually produce something rather than nothing at all, which I feel would be better. So anyway, what I'd like to do today is I wanted to just bring this one back here. I just want to check and see if we've got any grain over here, because what I wanted to do was I wanted to get some water and a few other bits and pieces in for these cows over here. Now, we've got our trailer there, so I wanted to go and get some straw and, well, I don't know, maybe a little bit of hay as well. We could put a little bit of hay in here. We can't put grass in. We could do with some wheat, barley, or maize. And potatoes are okay at the moment, but we need water and straw. Mostly it's the wheat and the water that I'm a little bit concerned about, because they're starting to get low. We've got 10 calves here as well that we could possibly load up and sell. So we're going to see if we can do that. Which means the first thing that we really want to do is get this one back over to the other side so that we can load it up with a few bales of straw and a couple bales of hay as well. Now, we've got to drive it through the snow, which means that it's going to take us a fair while to get back over there, but I'm hoping that we can still do it. My question for this week, as many of you know, is where do you want to go next? Which map do we go to next? Do we stay right here on Stappenbach and do another 4 weeks here? Do we go to Dutch Polder, the quite realistic Dutch farm set in Holland, in the Netherlands? Now, I've been told by a number of people that Holland is part of the Netherlands, but it's not all of the Netherlands. It's a region. North and South Holland are two regions in Netherlands. So I'm hoping that that is correct information. I haven't actually gone and checked it yet. You should always double check. Anything you hear or read on the internet, you should always double check it. And then double check it again from another reputable source, just in case the first source was actually wrong. You can never quite be sure anymore of stuff you read on the internet, whether it's actually accurate or not. But I'm going to assume that there were enough people that said this that I'm going to assume that you know what you're talking about. So I'll give you all the benefit of the doubt. So yeah, do you want to go to Dutch Polder, the farm that is set in Holland? Do you want to go to... hang on, I need to find the list now. I've forgotten what the other three are. It's the beginning of the week for me. As you know, I record the first episode of the week at the end of the last week. So there's a gap between the first episode and the second episode of each week. Yeah, the other ones are Tuscan Lands, the one set in Italy. It looks pretty good, actually. Well, I say pretty good. It looks absolutely fantastic. It looks genuinely beautiful. Stunning map to look at. Old Slovenian Farm, which is the biggest, the most widely requested small-scale farm that I've had in the last couple of months. Or Kleinhau, which is one that's set in Germany. I've had several requests for this one, and I've been told that it's absolutely brilliant. It's really well made, and it's got a lot of little signs all over the place that are quite amusing and quite entertaining to sort of find your way through. So I've had a lot of these maps have been widely requested, so I got quite a few different ones that have had multiple requests on. I'm genuinely not sure what you're going to go for. I'm not going to tell you what the vote is already leaning heavily towards, because that does tend to influence a bit. Although I say that I'm not going to, but I was specifically asked if I could do this in order that people wouldn't be wasting their votes. And, you know, I did say that I wasn't going to do that. I was just going to sort of leave it open so people can vote whichever they want to. But, I mean, there's only, like, 2 votes left now. I mean, I haven't seen what yesterday's episode is yet, because it's before yesterday's episode has gone live that I'm recording this. However, last week, I was surprised. It wasn't the normal result. So, I think I'll start telling you this. In the second week, I'll start telling you which are the 2 leading results. So you can vote between those 2, or you can carry on and vote for one of the others and try to, like, persuade it to come on round. The 3 of them, Old Slovenian Farm, Tuscan Lands, and Kleinhau, have not even got a look in at the moment. To start with, the first day's vote, Stappenbach was once again the faraway leader. But the next 2 days, the Tuesday and the Wednesday's vote, that has gone very strongly in favour of Dutch Polder. So as the vote stands at the moment, as of me recording this right now, Dutch Polder is winning by quite a considerable margin. So if you want Dutch Polder, make sure you get down there and you vote for it. If you don't want Dutch Polder, make sure you get down there and you vote for Stappenbach. Because those are the two, well, vote for whichever one you want, but those are the two that are currently winning. The other three don't really have a look in. I said that I wouldn't do this, and now I've immediately gone and done it. But thinking about it, I think this might actually be a good course of action. So you can still vote for the others, and you can still try and persuade people to vote for them. But if I tell you how the vote is leaning between which two are at the top, you might want to vote a little more strategically. So yeah, at the moment, it is a straight call between Dutch Polder and Stappenbach. It could go either way, but it's going to be one of those two unless something quite drastically changes. So there we go. It's your vote. It's your game. Head into the comment section down below. Let us know which one you want and why. And of course, don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right-hand corner. Now, let me get this one started up. I want to get some bales of straw out next. So I'm just going to go and put this bucket over in silage pit. Let me just see a minute what we've got in here. Straw is low in there, so we could do putting some more bales of straw in for our cows as well. That probably wouldn't hurt. So we'll drop down into here, and if I just drop that bucket off there, just like that, there we go. We'll go and get this grab. And yeah, I do get asked this most days on, I say most days, some days, most weeks. I do get asked this most weeks. Where does this grab come from? This is part, unfortunately, for... well, I say unfortunately, it's part of the straw harvest add-on, which, yeah, I mean, it is unfortunate because it's only obtainable through spending money. So that is unfortunate, and I've not found any mods that are the equivalent to this grab. So yeah, I do consider that to be a bit unfortunate because this is a really awesome grab. I really like this grab. And especially now that I've got the buttons set right on my steering wheel for using it, it's absolutely brilliant. I get on really well with this one. It's absolutely awesome. So I just bring that one in there like that. There we go. And then clamp that down. It will always, no matter what you do, it will always activate the center grab, but it won't activate the side ones unless there's a bale underneath them. So I can do that, and then I can pick up another one like that. So I can pick up 3. Now, I know it's stuck out to the side, so I may not be able to get out through the door here. Let's see. We come out like that, out to the side there. There we go. The one bad thing about articulated machines is that it is rather easy to get stuck sometimes. Now bring those over there like that. And yeah, they've auto-loaded straight onto the trailer. Let me get the rest of these bales on here a minute. Well, I've no idea what happened there. I pressed the button and it dumped me out here, so I'm assuming... Oh, there it is. We seem to have encountered a slight error. This is to do with the floors in there. Let me have a look a minute and just see what it's done with the bales first. Right, well, it's dumped a couple of... I think it's what it's done. It's dumped a couple of bales below the map. Hopefully, the loader is still usable. No, the loader's not usable. Even though I could see it dancing, it's not usable. Which means what we need to do is we want to go onto here. And we're going to have to go like this. Now, where was it? If I can find it, there. I'm just going to have to reset it like that. Yes, reset that one. And then we're going to have to go there. And then cycle through and find the grab as well. We need to reset that one as well. Right, there's the grab. Do I reset that one? Yes. Okay. So they are reset down at the shop now. So there we go. We can go and get them. We've lost those 2 bales. but at least we haven't lost anything else. It did crash a little bit, but it's not too bad at the moment. We'll just bring that one forward a little bit. There we go. Right. Is it just me, or does that grab look smaller now? I don't know. Does it look smaller? Genuinely not sure at the moment. I don't know. I don't know if it looks smaller or not. Looks a bit odd. Let's get it back up to the farm, and we'll see what we can do with it. Let's try this again. Hopefully this time we'll actually be able to pick some bales up. So if I come into here, I will zoom in so that I can see what I'm doing. Bring it up over there, like that. I think part of that is actually the floor in here, because it does seem to do some strange things sometimes. I know we've got a few bales under the floor now, just because of... And I'm not quite sure why. I don't know if it's all sheds or if it's just these sheds right here. But there does seem to be a slight issue with the floors on this map in some of the sheds. So it is worth sort of keeping that in mind. We'll just bring that over here. So, yeah, you just got to be a little bit careful. It's done it again. Well, well, the bale's over there. But if you look, see, it's saying it's got 16,000 litres on it. If I do that... Oh, that is brilliant. It let go of the bales, at least. It did at least let go of the bales. But why is it catapulted them over here? I don't get why it's doing that. This is something that I've noticed with this grab, is it seems to, like, pick up more bales than it should at times. There. Now it's saying it's got 12,000 on it. But it hasn't got 12,000 bales. 12,000 litres. There. It's reading... Well, I've let go of the bales. Now I'm just... It's ludicrous. Okay, so we do have a slight bug with this grab. Just been extolling the virtues of this grab and saying how wonderful this thing is. And now look at it. Right? It's going a little bit doolally. So I'm closing it, and it's trying to register that it's got 2 bales on the grab, and now it's catapulted it off the map completely. Well, that didn't work out so well for us, did it? Let's see if we can go back. Can I get it? Am I allowed to go back into it? I don't think I am. I think we've done it again. Something going on with that grab at the moment. I don't know what it is. But yeah, there's definitely an issue going on there. Can I enter it? I don't know if I want to try. What's that up there? It's not flashing at me. Normally it highlights to say, look, see, that one's lit up in green. That one's lit up in green. Oh, it's over there. I can't enter it, so it's gone under the map there. So we're going to have to reset that one again. Okay, this is pretty good. That's got to be the grab right there. We'll reset that one. Yes. Okay, so I have noticed this a time or two before, right? It goes to pick up the bales, and I think it's because I'm using the auto load on the trailer. The auto load on the trailer is auto unloading the grab, so it's still registering the bale on the grab, and that is the bit that it doesn't like. Now, let me just... Right, now it's working alright. So it's released that bale. I'll undo that grab. So if I'll take this one back up, and we'll turn the auto load off on the trailer for a minute, and we'll just put the bales on the ground in front of it. I think that's what's doing. I think there's a conflict between the auto load and this grab. So that's worth noting for future reference, that there is a conflict between them. I'm really glad I found it out on this one and didn't find this out whilst trying to do time-lapse, because that would look a little bit peculiar on the time-lapse map, it's got to be said. Let me just run up through here and leap into the cab, and we will turn off our work position. There we go. Right, so we'll turn that one off, and then I want a couple... see, now I've gone and like, lost several of my bales. They've disappeared under the map, never to be seen again. Let's turn some lights on. Yeah, no. Okay, we've had a bit of a disaster go on in here. Let's put some of these bales down a minute and see if we can grab up a few. Go in like that. Right, is it going to work? I can pick up 2 bales. 2 bales will pick up. Except that I've gone straight out into that lamppost. That lamppost is very badly placed. I suspect the map creator did that quite intentionally. Put that one there just to give a little bit of added challenge to doing stuff on the map. So take that off. If I close it now, it's not registering that there are any bales still on the grab. So I think that's what we had there. I think we had a mod conflict come up with the auto load and the rest of the bales. It didn't like having the 2 of them together. I do get this sometimes, so like when I'm trying to load... I did actually have it on the time-lapse map, actually. Trying to load the mixed feeder. Because the bales, I'd put them over near the mixed feeder and then let them go, and it would sort of register that I still had the bales on it. So, although that's not an auto load, so whether we know that the auto load works slightly differently to other things, so it was still sort of putting them into the map, whereas the auto load, it's like it removes the code for the bale almost. So if it's removing the bale, it might sort of make it behave a little bit differently as well. I don't know. I kind of know what I mean, but I'm not sure if anybody else knows what I mean. Does that make any sense to any of you? I'm hoping it does, because maybe you can explain to me what I mean. I think that because the auto load appears to remove the bales completely from the map, that's what would cause the conflict. So the grab itself is confused because it can't locate where the bale is, so it still thinks it's got the bale, and then it realizes it doesn't have the bale, and it goes a little bit doolally. That's as close as I think I can get to me being able to explain it, or even understand it for that matter. So let's just drive in here. Let's not drive in here. Let's dump the bales down here, and we'll try and shuffle them along like this. But I wanted to test this. Okay, we got a classic Laurel and Hardy moment going on right here. Oh, that's fantastic. Yes, classic Laurel and Hardy. If anybody doesn't know who Laurel and Hardy are, go and look them up. Just go and look them up. That's all you need to do. There's hundreds of videos on YouTube featuring Laurel and Hardy that will display them in all their glory for everybody to see. You'll never need to worry about it. Okay, now, if we're going to go nuts, it's going to happen in here anyway, so let's just do it. I'm going to press the button to close the grab. If it still thinks there are bales in there, it's going to go kapoom. No kapoom. But it did do it when I was trying to get onto the auto load. So, something to do with the auto load. It's got to be. It's absolutely got to be. This is the only possible explanation. Anyway, we've got some bales in there. We got 3 bales in there. We've got a load of bales over here on this trailer that we then want to take out and get over to the beef. And then we're going to want to get some water in for those cattle over that side. So let's come over here, get you started up. We'll get this lot here loaded on now, so we can load and then stop loading and then unload onto the trailer and put some straps down. Of course, did I want to take any hay? I think I will. We've got enough to spare. I think we've got like a few that we can spare. Not very many, but we do have a couple. So if I go in here, grab a few of our bales of hay. We've got, yeah, I think we got enough. We can spare a bit. Can spare a bit of food. We'll grab a couple of them. I'm just going to take 2. There we go. Right. We're saying 12,000, so it's hooked up. Oh, I see. It's pinched the one in front as well. Right, well, at least it's not doing anything dodgy, and it's not going to catapult me across the map. It's just picked up an extra bale right on the very front in a way that I didn't even think it could do. So if I drop those down there, those should become safe. We should lose the ability to catapult ourselves. I'll bring this one back over here and park you up. Right, you're done. We're done with you. We're finished. Finito. And I want to look over here. Now, do we have any grain left in here? This one, you've got to press O to fire this one. We've got 66,000 litres of barley. We'll come back and we'll get some of that. We've got our truck up round the corner, so we'll use the truck to do this. Let's take those straps off and then load these up. And then unload onto the trailer, put straps back on. Right. Now we're getting started. We're getting somewhere now. So we'll take this one up here. I want lights, camera, action. And I'll go up round this way. I want to see if I can get this trailer around here and down that slope without too much trouble. When I can get round this bit, he says, driving into the mixed feeder. Nope, I'm not going to drive into it. It's a little bit tippy on the side right there, but it should be okay. We should be able to get through. This is where we gritted up. We should have gritted down here as well, but I didn't think we'd need it. Nope, it's going to be alright. We come down into this bit. Slowly haul our way through there. Chug through the snow. I'm thinking that we may have been glad of having a little bit of grit over at the beef unit. I think that may have helped us out more than we currently realise. We'll have to see. Let's get over there next, and then we can get these bales unloaded, and then water. We've got to get water in for them all. Okay, we've got a good turn of speed going here, so I'm not going to slow down for the other cars, he says. I had a good turn of speed going, and I didn't see the other person. Yeah, that wasn't quite part of the master plan. This is what happens when you drive in the snow too fast. Right? This is what happens. I thought I knew better. Once again, the people of this community have paid the price of allowing me here. This is what they've done. They've paid the price of allowing me to come to stay, quite simply. So let's just unpay the price a minute. I want to just get rid of those. And I need to go here, and we need to go to... Where is it? I've lost it! It's got to be here. So, traffic. Off. There. Right. Traffic is off. I can turn the traffic back on again now. Just like that. And we're away. So the traffic will come back in a minute. They come in from, like, the set points where they load onto the map. And those set points aren't near us at the moment, so we should be okay. So bring this one in through here, and... Ooh, now where do I go? Well, I need to be able to get the trailer right in where the cattle are. Oh, I'll just go straight up through here. I reckon that would probably be the best way to do it. If we just go straight in through there. We stop there a minute, and I'll take these straps off. Now, can I do this without shaking all the bales off? That's going to be the next thing. I'm hoping I can. It seems like we're going to be alright with that. There goes those bales. So we've got straw in for them now. And if I got this end, I should be able to put hay... There we go. There's the hay in as well. Jump out of the tractor. We can have a look. Right, straw is now at 60,000. Grass is at 53. We're looking pretty good. So it's still the wheat, the barley, and the maize that needs to go in, and some water. The rest of it, I think, is looking pretty sweet. I don't think we need to worry about it. Water is the biggest thing, so we'll do that now. We've got the water tanker right there. I can get that one loaded, or get that one hitched on, and then we can start getting it loaded up. This trailer here, I'm just going to bring it round, and I'm going to park it in that barn right there. And then we can stop with that one. Go on, bring you in round a bit tighter. A little bit more. A little bit more. Right. Put you right in there, like that. Now I will go and get the water bowser. Trying to do anything in this deep snow really is not very easy at all. It's the deepest snow on any map that I've been on. I've been on several maps with seasons. And this is the deepest that I've had any snow on any map. It's good. I really do like it. I love the challenge of this. It's definitely, if I was to spend more time having to do stuff in the winter, I would definitely use that gritter pack a lot more. Or be using the snowblower, one or the other, getting rid of the snow out of the way, because it's really hampering our movements. It really is slowing us down a lot, especially when we get the truck going. Anything we got to do with that truck is a genuine struggle while we're trying to use this one. Now, the water is over here. So I got to be able to get close enough to where the water is. Where is it? Oh, there's the pipe. There, I can see it right there. That's what I want to get. Again, the one thing I don't like about this tanker is that it doesn't turn very sharp. This tanker seems to have the worst turning on it of any of the vehicles. It only sort of goes to about this line here. I mean, I know that it's on, like, the top hitch up there rather than the lower hitch, and a lot of vehicles that I drive, you put the... well, I've driven, it would go on the lower hitch, and then this would be above. So those arms would go above this, and you wouldn't have any worries about them catching me. I mean, it looks like, with this one, they're low, that you put them low to the ground, so this swings above them. I mean, well, I wouldn't have thought they would catch on the stays on there. I don't know. Never having driven a tractor with a high hitch point on it like that, or at least not one that I've used anyway, I'm not really sure how you go about doing it. What, you know, like normal procedures. I mean, I'd probably figure it out. You know, you look at it for a bit, you sort of think, well, I suppose, yeah, you'd have the 3-point linkage lower to the ground, because obviously if it's high, when you go to swing in round like that, it's going to catch, but it doesn't seem to go... Look, it goes to that point there, whereas most of the other trailers turn sharper than that when you're trying to bring them around. I mean, it might just be because it's, like, quite long. You're expecting it to be on the bar, but it's actually got the same turning circle as the other trailers. Genuinely have no idea on that front. It could literally be either one. I don't actually know. It's a little bit tricky to sort of figure out, to be honest. Okay, we go over to here, and we press R for R, and unload all the way into there. We'll go and get another tanker full of water in just a second, and put that in. And then, these animals are dealt with. I don't think we need to worry at the moment. Well, actually, look, 18,000. Right, we will. We'll go and get the grain. We've got the barley there. We can use it. It's one load with the truck, so we can do that as well. And we won't worry about the calves yet. We'll let a few more accumulate in there before we try and sell them. Also, if we like let another day go by in the winter, it might actually allow us to, you know, get some of the snow might melt. It might just make life a little bit easier for us if some of this snow was to melt. We might have a bit of an easier time. Right. I don't know why you parked up there, mate. I'm right off the side of the road over here, okay? I'm not in the mood for your nonsense. You can tell by my voice I'm not 100% not in the mood for your nonsense today, okay? So just take a hike. You want to cause trouble, come back next week when I'm feeling better and I can deal with you. No, he's just stood there, sat there rather, looking like a lemon, waving his arms at me as though it was entirely my fault that he doesn't know how to drive his own car. Yeah, alright. I'm sure it is, pal. I'm sure it is. Anyway, let's go and get this in here. Yeah, I reckon if we get this one in, we won't worry about the young stock just yet. And we still want to see what will happen on the lake when we go to spring. So we might actually be doing that in our next episode. Because we've got logs out on that lake, and we've got a trailer out on that lake as well. I suppose I don't really want to have that trailer too close to the edge of the lake, too close to the middle of the lake, or I'm not going to be able to go and pick it up with the truck. It's going to be our main problem with that. I don't want to have it like sink beneath the waves. That could end up being a little bit problematic for us. We'll go and park this one up, then we can get that truck. We'll have to move the Xerion out of the way first. Just going to bring this one. Tell you what, if we bring this one in round here, we can try and back it into that shed again with our really bad turning circle. Tell you what, I nearly did that in one. It wasn't going to quite make it, but I did almost. So I'm quite impressed with myself. I got to be honest. Put that right in there. Right. You can stop there. Let's not do any more right now. And we will go and get... Well, first up, we'll get this one. We'll move you out of the way. Don't need to do a great deal with you. Yes. We have a big snowbank here. This could prove to be a little bit of a problem trying to get round things. Oh, okay. We'll bring this one in over. I'm going to stop you right there a minute. What do we got in our cows at the moment? What sort of stuff have we got? We've only got 6,000 litres of milk. We got plenty of the other, but that's completely worthless stuff anyway. And these we don't need to worry about. We might have to do something with them tomorrow, but I'm hoping not. So that one's busy emptying out, but that actually loses us money. The more we try to sell from that, the more money we lose. It's really not worth it. Now, this one here is currently in the wrong place. And in order to be in the right place, I've got to back it up here. Now, I don't remember if we've actually got a track alongside this field or not, or if me driving up on here is going to be destroying some of our young crop. I mean, it's all frozen solid at the moment, so it shouldn't damage the plants in the slightest. It shouldn't really make any difference. Well, at least that's what I'm assuming. I don't actually know. I drive on grass when it's frozen, and it just sort of ends up looking a bit bruised in the spring for a little while, and then it's fine. But for actual cereal crops, genuinely don't know. I've never been on a farm with those when, you know, having to drive on the field in the depths of the frozen winter is something that's been needed. The only arable farms I've worked on in the winter, it was a mixed farm, so we were concentrating on getting the livestock done, and not once did driving on the frozen field sort of come up. It probably did. It was probably I just didn't really notice because my job at the time was feeding cattle. Dawn till dusk, picking bales up, taking the strings and the silage wrappings off and putting them in for cattle, making up loads of corn in a big bucket and mixing it up and putting it in for the cattle, getting bales of straw, taking the strings off, putting it in for the cattle. Did I mention taking some bales and taking the silage wrappers off and putting it in for the cattle? And then we'd get some grain and put it in for the cattle. And if it was frozen, we'd have to go round the water trough 7 times a day and smash the ice on the water trough so the cattle could drink. I'm stuck. Nearly stuck. And then just for a bit of variation, we'd occasionally go and check on the sheep, just to make sure they were still alive. And if it was really bad, we'd give them a bit. If it snowed, we'd give them some hay. Other than that, we'd generally ignore the sheep. Although they had like a hard-standing pen that they would go to in the winter, and we'd just go and chuck a bale of hay in for them every 3 days, and that was fine. So you didn't really have to do a lot to them, but yeah, mostly it was doing stuff with the cattle, and then you put in some more bales for the cattle, and then some bales of straw for the cattle, and by the end of the winter, I wasn't all that fond of cows. I got to be honest. I didn't think that would really happen. I thought that I was, a bit of a livestock sort of person. By the end of winter, I'd had my fill of cattle. I mean, yeah, it didn't last all that long, I suppose. I went straight back to working on other farms. But it's amazing how quickly cattle can wear thin. It really is. Let's jump back up into here, and we will go for... Hang on. Why aren't you... Oh, hang on. Is this the one that won't fill because it's... the point's too high, or have I got to do it from here? How do I use this one? Ah, yeah, you got to do it from outside the cab. You can't do it from in the cab. So there we go. We do that and start. That's going to take all of it. It's going to take every single grain of barley that we've got in this storage facility. Although, if this was in real life, some poor soul would be given a dust mask and a shovel and put up into this truck and told to start shoveling, spreading it from the middle up to the front. We both know that we all know, both know, you the viewers and me the viewee, I don't know actually. How would you say that? Performer? Clown on camera? Something like that. We all know that I'm the one that would have been given the shovel and told to get up there and start shoveling that grain forward, or it's not all going to fit. So let's not beat around the bush. That's something that I would have been given the one that I would have been sacrificed for that one, quite willingly by everybody else, because if I wasn't doing it, they'd have to do it. Then anyway, that's all we got time for today. I will carry on with this tomorrow. If you've enjoyed the episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And let's not forget our weekly question. Where do you want to go next? Where do you want to spend the next 4 weeks? Do you want to stay here on Stappenbach? Do you want to go to Dutch Polder? Do you want to go to Tuscan Lands? Would you like to go to Old Slovenian Farm? Hang on, what was the last one? Kleinhau. Or do you want to go to Kleinhau? So you've got 5 options there. Stay here, Tuscan Lands, Old Slovenian Farm, Dutch Polder, or Kleinhau. It's your vote. It's your game. Head into the comment section down below. Let us know which one you want and why. And, of course, don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right-hand corner. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.